Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and today we're looking at the Watchmaker. This is a 1998 game, I guess you would... No, not 1998, what am I saying? It is a May 17th, 2018 game made by Micropecia, M-R-I-R... No, I'm not even going to try to spell that. Micropecia, ins first word micro, second part of it PSIA Games, published by 1C Publishing and Badland Publishing. Um, you may notice on the screen that the character on the right is slowly aging. His left arm is getting more varicose veins, his hair is receding, his skin on his face is getting thinner, his eyes are getting darker. So there is a time mechanic to this game, obviously. Uh, I say we're looking at this game because it's mixed reviewed. There's about 3 pages of comments on the discussion forum, most of which are around bugs and getting stuck on puzzles. And there's the first pinned tab on the discussion is literally the developer from two years ago saying, well, when it was released in 2018, saying put all your bug reports here to probably reduce the number of individual posts of bug reports. This game crashed on me just sitting here. Maybe that's because I have a weird setup where my monitors swap around, and so maybe that caused the Unreal Engine to crash, but it popped up in an entire like debug report box, which I've never seen before in any other game. I just played a community mod called Portal Stories Mel in slight anticipation for another community mod that's coming out called Portal Reloaded, which will be around time. So that's my slight motivation to play this game. This is definitely a game I've wanted to play for a while, but I also have known that with the mixed reviews and very small numbers of reviews in general, that there's a decent chance that this isn't a hidden gem, but just a ambitious indie game. And the developer, it's been 2 years. They should have announced something else if they were going to be successful. They are still around somewhat, though, because they have the new Steam category and developer page, but uh, that's uh, that's not really saying a lot. As far as the settings, it didn't have 1080p full screen by default. It was windowed at a very low resolution for me, but it did get all the epic graphics, and I don't think anything is higher than epic. It's going to have motion blur on, VSync off. I'm fine with that. I'm playing it with an Xbox One controller, and hopefully that will work. Um, Although I have seen specific bug reports about buttons on the controllers not working. Of course, if this is a puzzle game, there is a chance that some people are just complaining because they can't solve the puzzle the way it's intended to be solved. There's a level of slight low polygonal graphics in this character, but nowhere near as bad as we've seen in other games, newer games. So I'm not... I think the graphics look interesting. Here we have sound effects playing in the background. And there's a little, like, magnet logo now in the middle. And I don't know why there would be a little magnet logo. You can see the weirdness here. Let's just jump into the game and start playing in hopes that doesn't, whatever may crash, doesn't crash again. Black fog and a loading screen that is fairly long here. Unreal Engine 4 game could have been upgraded to Unreal Engine 5. Probably could use a lot of tweaks. Okay, we see a spark. We see a lot of clockwork gears.
Where could he be? I've been looking for him for an eternity. And he's the only one who can fix this bloody disaster. Time has collapsed, and he has surely aged quite enough. Darn it, this tower is huge, But I must find him if I want to reclaim what's rightfully mine.
Well, this guy sounds like a bad guy.
Eureka! I have finally found you, Alexander.
The experiment is not working. We're losing her.
Immediately got an achievement.
Help me!
Do something. I'm afraid I can't. It's not working.
We've got subtitles no matter what, which is interesting.
Watchmaker, wake up! Time has gone mad and you are aging very quickly.
The tower. How long have I been asleep? I feel uneasy.
Listen closely. Someone is sabotaging your tower and that has made time go crazy.
65 on the back of
Are you
his
done looking at yourself in the mirror?
screen.
We have no time to waste. We need to get out of here as soon as possible.
Then we have the magnet again. So is this magnet just a central cursor? Press and hold left trigger to grab an object, D-pad up and down to move it. Interesting. And like I have 67 now. Well, it was 65 before and it's now 68. Why is it counting up? Would be my question. I'm pressing up and down on D-pad things, and I guess that's it. So you can move yourself apparently too. We've got this little pixie, for lack of a better term, also gonna be around here. Can we immediately turn off that cursor, because I would like that disabled? No. Well, that's gonna be fairly annoying. Like, I don't want a magnet symbol. I'd be fine with a little dot. Life support backpack. You have a stamina meter on the left. You have a status light in the middle. And you have power cells on the right. And then you have your current age in the middle. So I am like Papyrus added to the inventory. Can we see the inventory? Like, not a lot of stuff here as far as items. Yeah, this feels like this could easily be a very short tech demo. 71.
Excellent. You're quick. I like
And
that.
then every time you get
Although
a
it may not matter
pellet,
much,
power
Maker,
pellet, it
because as it turns out, time does not exist.
It does exist.
Time is a matter of perspective. For a plant which lacks reasoning, it does not exist. It just grows, ages, and eventually dies.
so
That is,
press
if you
left on the
neglect it.
D-pad to recover 20
time
years.
does exist.
With or without them, it's still non-existent. It's only a measurement system. Keep running.
Yes, I'm in a hurry.
He's not really getting his lip flap to match. And here we have some footprints pointing us in the right direction. Age strength. So apparently this is a checkpoint. If you're 30 to 50 years, you're fairly young and strong. Checkpoint recovers the current age strength of Alexander. It also recovers his stamina and power cells. If you're 50 to 70 years, you slow down in your walking. And if you're 70 to 90 years, you're even weaker by the looks of it. Actually, those images don't tell me anything. It's just changing their stride. It doesn't imply that one is stronger than the other, particularly since it seems like we're going to be moving everything with a magnetic glove. Over 90 years and we're dead, so we can take that much. But I guess you never go below 30, which seems fairly old. You could easily be spry 25, spry 20, easily. You don't want to turn into a baby, obviously. And I suppose you just know that you're going to completely die after 90. There's a problem inherently around the idea of knowing what you're going to look like, and knowing that when you're gonna
Up
die.
there. That's where the energy room is located, Watchmaker. Without it, this
I have
whole
no idea
place
where
will
the camera
collapse.
is trying to
If you
point
fix
us
it,
to.
everything will go back to normal.
This is wrong. I'm confused. I feel strange.
It's because you're aging. If you reach the age of 90, you will immediately die.
That's not possible.
Yes, it is. They sabotaged your great clock tower, and it is affecting you as well.
Damn it all. This gets worse at every moment.
So I guess he's supposed to be this kind of like immortal character that manages this clock tower, which then manages at least time as it affects him. That was fairly easy to fall off the edge on.
Be careful with those flying pests, Watchmaker. Use your hand thingy.
It's called a magnetic impulse.
Yeah, I got another achievement very
All
quickly.
right, call it whatever you want.
But see, you have this problem where you hit these barrels and then they don't explode or anything, so they're not giving you any objects. But even immediately here, you feel that this gets, like, this is going to be too fast for you to age, because it seems like once a minute you age up, so you have maybe an hour per level, but probably less than that. I guess if you got all the way down to 30 and it takes a minute to get to 90, you'd get about an hour there, and that would be that. Do I really want to jump down that area? Feels like there might just be some collectibles that probably don't matter. Press the Y button. Okay. And this is the point, I believe, where people complained about the Y button not working. In all fairness, I would complain too if the Y button wasn't working. Did we connect everything? No, not yet. What did I just do?
It's working. I knew you could do it.
I hit some button
I
and
feel like
it
I could solve
did
anything in this
something.
place.
I'm sure you can. Let's get going.
See the gears interlocking there. That's interesting. That makes for a
If you reach
safer
the age of
transition.
90, you'll die. Never forget.
If I ever forget, remind me. I can't go on checking my backpack every time.
I have a job to do as well. Don't you dare die.
See. See, I just hit the X button. I don't know what that did. But apparently it froze time and slowed things down. Which that's cool and all. Oh, this is lowering me and raising me to platforms.
The ruined saboteur went that way.
Great. Don't lose track.
B button seems to leave a shadow. So it does seem to be like there's just going to be a decent amount of abilities. Press and hold B to rewind time. So B rewinds time. Okay. Of course, we've had Prince of Persia and the Forgotten Sands. And we've seen time rewind mechanics. They have been helpful in many cases to make what otherwise would be a frustrating, repetitive game less frustrating and less repetitive.
I won't tell you what's going on with me just because you've noticed that I'm lost in thought. You're not even a person.
I was once a person. I know how people think.
Okay.
Actually, I know what you're going through. You need only to express yourself. All you do is worry about watches and your grumbling tower.
Well, I remember someone.
Aha! I knew there was a woman.
She had a beautiful watch. A French brocade dating from 1775.
There you go again with your watches. I better go back to tracking the ruined saboteur.
Wait! Wait!
See, part of the visual aspect here is, yeah, you're gonna see the hair leave because you're seeing it in the background, but the rest of the graphics that is gonna just constantly change will be things that you just won't see, like because you're looking at the front of something.
Damn! There once was a bridge here.
And what happened?
It's the ruined saboteur's doing, obviously, Watchmaker. That was the way to the exit.
Yeah, I don't like this voice acting. It's just so on the nose as far as being evil, and there's a decent chance you can just assume that you as the watchmaker are the one who
He also shut down this
sabotaged.
bridge. But there should be a way.
All right, I'll find it.
Can't grab that. Let's see. And can't even pick those up. Yeah, there's kind of a lack of forethought on this idea.
I have information.
Don't jump to your death, apparently. We need a run mechanic, and I guess that is the right bump. You have to wait for it to... Yeah, you're gonna use the run mechanic, I guess, a lot if you're wise. And I kind of feel like there should be a toggle for the run mechanic. You can hit these guys
Hey, Watchmaker.
fairly far away.
Thinking.
I don't care about what you've been thinking.
But it's very important.
Shut up already, damn chatty voice. I need to listen to the clock's ticking.
Okay, okay.
Interesting. I don't know why that was marked as like breakable. Press Y to interact with objects in the world. Use left stick and left stick right to rotate magnetic intensifiers. Right trigger to shoot. Okay. Did that lock into place? Or did we need to do something else? We can already see some problems there with a lack of polish. Alright, let's see. And not much of a checkpoint system. I assume we're still just like in tutorial mode. I so often want to see... Oh, I actually didn't reset. And enemies didn't reset either, interestingly enough. I want to see hidden gem games on Steam, but so incredibly often it just never happens. Like, there's no... there's very little chance these days that you'll run into a game that doesn't have at least a somewhat decent coverage if it is a good game, or if it's not a good game, then there's usually a very good reason for it to not be a good game, even if it kind of looks like it might be a good game. See, I feel like these checkpoints, while it is refilling your health, it's, I think, also kind of limiting you to 50. So it's just a reset in time to where you were before. And I'm not sure exactly what we're trying to accomplish here. Now, like, we need that device to have moved, but what button did I need to press to make it move? Was it way over here? Yeah, I guess I just did not stand on this magnet. Do we have to stand on it? Nope. So you just get tutorial prompts in general areas, even if you've already solved the puzzle. Is that ready? And up it goes to move further. Didn't even know that was moving a platform. Then we're gonna come back here and use it to move a bridge, and then hopefully not fall to our death again. Right trigger. Just hold it all the way. I think you're fine there. And then press Y to slowly hop off of it. Okay. I don't think there really is a huge connection between... I'm gonna just assume that that was intentional. Like, I don't think there's a big connection between magnets and time, really, but people seem like they would likely do both. I have a key, so I can use that. I don't really know what the point of shooting these valves off are. Is that just punishment for watch added to the inventory? Yeah. I'm killing these creatures. It's refilling your health somewhat, but I don't know if that's programmatically programmed so that you could potentially refill your health if you're about to run out of time. Go ahead and put that there. Go ahead and put that there. inherently, I think part of the thing to take is you don't really need time rewinding mechanics in a lot of cases for video games. You just need checkpoint systems, and that has been what I have seen certainly happen a lot with games after the Prince of Persia idea and time rewinding mechanic got introduced, is that people realized, oh well, we just actually don't need to explain why this person gets rewound back to a certain point. We'll just say that's for gameplay reasons. Got attacked on the way there. Yeah, that seems like it's not resetting my health. Seems like it's reducing my health. So are you sacrificing your life to checkpoint? That seems crazy. We do have a key, but ideally you would want to be able to save that key for later. Okay. Am I supposed to get on that platform? 75. Almost certainly there is an achievement for dying. Of old age. Let's go and step on that. And then reduce that. And I just got lucky there. And is there a benefit for charging up your life? And then running like this way. And making a full loop? Or does it not really matter? This does kind of feel like a game that would score you at the end for the amount of things you opened.
Hey, listen!
See, that's like a full reference to...
Hey, listen! You'll have to restore the light.
Coward.
Fix it quickly. Don't bother me.
So yeah, they're making a full reference to Ocarina of Time. And his voice actually sounds more like a different character. That door doesn't open. That doesn't open. Interesting to have a great tower and then also have giant areas. Here we can have some weird looking robots. How much time do we have? I think the music in the background is probably trying to implicate something. And here you could look at this object, and that very possibly will waste more of your time away. We need a couple of components. Let's see, we're at 70 now. That just brings us back to 70. So if I was to use a minus 20 now, that should bring me down to 50. And the way it displays numbers is weird. And see, then that checkpoints you at 50, which is better than 70. And it's having a hard time deciding it wants to go where I want to put it. They made these things giant and then they don't fit through doors. Not with you just carrying them, apparently. But you can see why you have some double doors. On some of this. Okay. Just keep on opening sections and
This sector is infested. How disgusting. How unfortunate. Those poor automatons are nothing but human trash.
They're what?
They're not very intelligent, just rubbish. This elevator will take us to the source.
so automatons may play a role, almost certainly in the story, but probably not that much so far. Okay. Maybe we needed to get the power enabled first. 61. Was that something written on the gear? There's scratches on the gear. Alright, well, let's see what these automatons are gonna do. Okay, they're going to shoot smog at you, which you can just kind of run them through, I think, making somewhat odd sounds. I'd
The
say.
panels, Watchmaker! Use them for cover! Cover!
I know. Silence.
It's weird that you would then have a whole society. You would have panels for cover, and then these characters also. Like I don't know why they exist. I feel like they are gonna get in the way and just slow things down for you.
Hey, will you listen to me? We're not even doing anything!
Yeah, all right.
Well, I just wanted to tell you that I've seen the flames of life burn out in many others. I wouldn't want to see you turn into another automaton of this system.
What the heck is that supposed to mean?
Don't pay me any mind. All in a day's work. Sometimes I'm struck by nostalgia. I've suffered a lot in this state.
Hey, I believe the tower can be fixed. We have got to find the similarities between it and the Watchmaker of Jean Egler from 1798. I designed the blueprints of the energy absorption system based on it. But I can't remember it very well.
Once again, watches. I'll go look for clues about the ruined saboteur's whereabouts. See you later.
See you later? I can't even see you.
See, you have to be like really close to, like right in front of these panels. Once again, they're making some slightly perverse sounding sound effects. Do we want to collect the watches? Or do we, like, can we save? Nope. So, checkpoints will just be checkpoints. Whatever they are. Alright, well. Watch added to inventory. We're at 80. Hmm. It doesn't seem like these automatons slow down when you hit them either. Hmm. $85. This will get us back to 70, I guess. Which it does kind of imply that every single level that's designed here is designed specifically to allow you to make it within the 70 years that you're allotted when at the lowest reset. And
This is the second source.
there might be another achievement out
We may
there.
now go to the last area.
Oh, good.
Like, I don't know what that really changed. Well, I got that through just dumb luck. I'm wondering if there's a discrete section here, though, or if we are just forever going to be forced into moving forward. Yeah, I'm not sure how much actual game is even here. This could be a short hour, 2 hour long experience. That certainly might explain the mixed reviews fairly easily.
Watchmaker, we must prepare you for the hour of truth.
This character being an
It could be
antagonist
shocking.
is
I don't fear the truth. I only fear falseness.
very
Lies,
possible.
and especially truth, depends on who you're speaking to and who you're willing to trust.
Until now, I've trusted you.
Well, it's not like you've had a choice.
You
There's
probably helped me because it benefits you. You think I'm stupid? We'll see what awaits in the next level. It seems like you're really afraid of the ruined saboteur. You need me.
Exactly. And you should fear him as well.
I'm only afraid of lies.
it's fairly refreshing to have a character that just straight up says, hey, I'm not stupid, I'm not gonna just be your lapdog and follow your orders unquestioningly. Because so often it is the exact opposite scenario. You just get led around by the nose by some character. Sometimes the character is good, but a lot of times the character turns out to be the bad guy. What happened there? I stood on it. It came up, and then I guess I need to freeze time. And I know there's multiple endings in this game, but I kind of have to question if the game itself is mostly just this, whether there is actually two playfuls.
Chatty boys!
What's going on, Watchmaker?
Oh,
You're
man.
being...
I don't even know where I am. Go way back here. It pointed me in the opposite direction. I don't know why you really even have a stamina bar on this, though. Is this not configured right? I think it is. Which then, yeah, reset this part. Yeah, the running and jumping and platforming is fairly rough here. I think they want you to probably do be better at platforming than I think an average player new to this game and how this game particularly controls would be. No, gonna have to walk around until this decides to interconnect. It feels like there should be a little bit more adjustments here and there to make sure you can't fall off a ledge. See, it probably isn't really worth it to make that jump at all, because then you could have just used the other gears as a confirmation of a safer movement. Man, it's gonna take a while though for me to decide to rage quit on the basis of the platforming, but it may not take that long. And manual checkpoint systems with a timer counting down does open up a lot of avenues for frustration, and modern players of games just don't want to be frustrated at all. They want to be breadcrumbed. I personally, in almost every game, want to be breadcrumbed, and I want my hand held, and I want to be guaranteed that at least on the baby mode I can win and get my little cookie and be rewarded like I actually accomplished something. And I know it's all facade and I know it's all game, but that's what video games are. Like, anybody that's seriously proud of accomplishing something in most video games is fooling themselves completely. There are definitely some pro games out there, and pro gamer actions. See, we don't, I think, have a key, and apparently you have to let the elevator go all the way down. No, you have to stand on it, don't you? Stand on it, then let it go all the way down. Suppose you could do this a lot more, and that seems like that isn't actually interfering with your ability to solve any puzzles. Anything that makes it way easier. And when you stand on a checkpoint, it undoes it, and seemingly when you walk out of the range of a time slowdown, that also seems to solve. Oh, I don't know if I can make it here. Are you supposed to just jump down? No? Okay, well, probably went the wrong direction.
Ruin Saboteur's classic trap, an ambush.
I'm getting handed achievements like crazy. This feels like an achievement game of an older day, in the sense that achievement games nowadays tend to literally not have anywhere near this level of quality of gameplay. Oops. And of course on Steam, achievements really didn't ever mean anything, because Steam only highlights the idea of of finishing all the achievements in a game, and even at that, it doesn't really do anything to reward the player if they have all the achievements in a game. Here we have something. It's a nice little flashlight. Newspaper added. Let's see, do we want to read that? Can we pause the game and read things? A watch with a goat symbol on it. Could it be the astrological symbol Capricorn? It seems likely when looking at the original symbology, which was used to represent women who could see the future. Those born under the astral sign are usually ambitious, professional, or could have clear objectives, just like our Alexander. Boon of the goat. Weird that we're getting into astrology. We have letter number
I can see that
one.
your clock is no longer just a tower as you explained in your blueprints. You could say it has acquired a life of its own, and from far away it looks like a giant tree whose seed could not be held within your head any longer and bloomed on its own. I had not written to you since you worked in my father's watchmaking workshop. It was our only way of being together. It was because of that I promised I would never do it again when we wed. Because I promised we would always be together, no matter what happened. You don't spend time with me anymore. You give your everything to your tree. To me, it's your tree, and it doesn't matter how many times you say that it's a clock. These letters will be my legacy for all the years to come, until you finish your masterpiece, because it really is. There's no doubt about it, Alexander.
I like that the text here is fairly easy to read. They're not trying to make us read cursive. I like that it's voice acted. I could be slightly critical and say the voice acting doesn't sound particularly great. We can see the number of documents is fairly small. But then here we don't have anything else, and it's just gonna scroll up by itself. Seriously? Who can read that fast? I guess pause now if you want to read this. I'm gonna just kind of skim it myself and see what this newspaper article. Watchmaker received an award. So, and then talking about how he kind of stole the idea from something else, which we kind of already have been implied. Like, no way to scroll up on that, so you just have to read that really fast. And we have this papyrus, and there's two more. And then the other watch that we've collected, seems like there's a few of this as a timeless gears. This watch was built out of the piece of other watches using gears from different sizes created by a man of scarce resources but great skill. He considered it a modern relic, and it was one of the first of many more similar timepieces. And that was almost certainly the first one we got. Alright. We've been going about 50 minutes, so this would be about the right time for them to checkpoint us.
The ruined saboteur knows how to get things done.
The missing pieces can't be too far.
So, like, oh yeah, I forgot about the whole time rewind mechanic. Is there a crouching down button? No. I just used the key accidentally. No, there's no crouching down button. Okay. So I'm going to take this piece and grab it through here, and then take it through a maze, which I've potentially already got it stuck. Like, ideally, you would want it unstuck, and you'd want to be able to use the D-pad to move it. go. Up. And in place. Just magically. I assume that these are either all the exact same piece, or it doesn't really matter. Come on. Come on, you gonna wedge yourself or not? They definitely didn't make enough room here for these pieces. Come on. Like, here's the problem. I've got only so much time I can do this to fiddle with the game. You can see your time is wandering out from under you with every second. So something getting stuck and wonky physics just cannot be part of a game like this. That did just float in the air, so there are specific pieces that go specific places. Come on. Come on, you're right there. And then that one. 70 again. You kind of need to know which each of these do before you start. Let's see. That. The music sounds very repetitive for something that theoretically should be... There really should just be a few songs that are of a specific length, and then as time goes forward the music plays, and as time rewinds the music should rewind. But I don't think it actually does that. Or if it does, it just doesn't do it well. See, is this supposed to be like a graveyard? Yeah, this is like some part of a real world has collapsed and become this watchtower. Alright. Next part of this. It's over here. And I assume I'm supposed to be going... Am I supposed to go all the way up there? Or am I supposed to be moving somewhere else? I think we go up. The verticality of some of these puzzles is questionable. Let's go in. Oops. Like, I really should just slow down time every time. Like, it does not make any sense not to. You kind of know you've walked through the footsteps of this puzzle before. Unless you're supposed to go downward. I don't think you are. And over here we have a key, and we can go ahead and return 20 years to you, and then go ahead and checkpoint to return maybe a few more years. And then I kind of assume that there's not really any secrets. Nope, I was wrong. There are secrets. A watch was added to the inventory, which does open up the possibility that I missed another watch somewhere. And this doesn't feel like this is really a world where you could run around and go back very easily. There's a lot of objects that Alexander can use to defend himself from enemies. Aim at an object, hold left trigger to drag it around, and then press right trigger to throw it. Magnetic box. Alright. Then the other watch was what? This watch has a strange composition since it looks more like a musical box. On its lid, 2 letters are engraved, WM, as in Watchmaker, I guess. This may be the Watchmaker's initials, or maybe it's one of its owners. Be kind of bad for a watchmaker to engrave his own initials into something he was designing to sell or give away. You might do that on the inside.
This is horrendous. You're very creative.
It's so ugly.
By saying very creative, I actually meant very dumb. Just to clarify.
Now, what is this thing?
This guy is clearly a jerk.
Watch out, Watchmaker!
What the?
So I feel like he probably, if the idea is that he is the saboteur, he probably has made monsters to
How could you even think about building
To-
such a deformed monstrosity?
block his own way
Shut up and let me fix
or
this.
block other people's way. So he didn't want to punch you. Right,
Watch out for the steam, Watchmaker!
right. What are we doing here?
Destroy it! You can do it!
What's this red stuff?
It's an automaton. It's not smart.
I'm having a real hard time
Hit harder.
here grabbing this. Like, just nothing is working.
Come on! The ruined saboteur awaits us.
Alright, so it's... I'm about to die. 89.
It's clumsy. You can beat that thing.
Does it just keep you at 89? Nope, it totally kills you. And then do we have to follow the whole cutscene again?
Careful with the eyes. You know this
This
place,
guy.
Watchmaker. You built it.
Like, you don't really have an angle up.
Don't get burnt.
Hey, if I rewind something...
Careful with the eyes.
Okay,
It's an automaton. It's not smart.
so if I do this, then... Like,
You know this place, Watchmaker. You built it.
this doesn't make the most sense, but I think I'm supposed to slow down time, do that,
Destroy it.
and
you can
then
do it.
he's gonna send dust up, and when he sends the dust up,
Come on.
maybe
The
then.
ruined saboteur awaits us.
Like, the dust doesn't seem like it's bouncing up the item though.
Watch out for the steam watchmaker.
Yeah.
It's clumsy. You can beat that thing.
Like, it seems like everything is saying you can click on that. Let's see if we can use a mouse and keyboard here. Let's see. Settings, controls, then for main attack is left trigger, secondary attack is right trigger, and then WASD. Okay, I'm gonna put my controller down, I'm gonna grab my keyboard, and we're gonna see if this is a mouse and keyboard issue, or the controller is just wonky, or if this is something else.
It's an automaton. It's not smart.
I don't know how you would use like any of the other abilities here though. If this is supposed to be mouse and keyboard. Right.
Don't get burnt.
Like, I'm hitting any of the other keys that might be somewhere around this area.
Watch out for the steam watchmaker.
Alright, we did something there.
You know this place, watchmaker. You built it.
Alright, so. Okay.
Come on. The ruined saboteur awaits us. It's clumsy. You can beat that thing.
Am I supposed to put up that as a
Destroy it. You can do it.
flip? I can't do this with the controller. I mean with a mouse and keyboard. That's just not gonna
Careful
work.
with the eyes.
So I'm gonna have to switch back to a controller here and probably die. Yeah. But at least we kind of know what we're doing now.
It's clumsy. You can
Need
beat that
one
thing.
power cell for magnetic impulse. And apparently they've decided to throw
Come on.
some of these
The
guys at
ruined
us.
saboteur awaits us.
And we did get one of them. Right.
Destroy it. You can do it.
We need to get the...
Hit harder.
Like, it's not this. We need to flip all the things,
It's an automaton. It's not smart.
but when you get close enough, it does seem to want to knock you back.
Watch out for the steam watchmaker.
So what was it that I did
You know this place, watchmaker. You built it.
that was hitting the eyes? You have to, like, I think left trigger the target and then you hit them. Yeah, I'm still fairly confused. You can definitely feel like the problem here. And then it reset.
Don't get burnt. It's clumsy.
See.
You can beat beat that thing. Watch out for the steam watchmaker.
Like, he's shooting a beam at me. That's slightly different. And then at that point, that's when you gotta get him. So you just gotta have to run outward, I think, first.
Hit harder.
And then take this and throw. And then at that point, pull that back.
You know this place, watchmaker. You built it.
And let's see if we can take two at the same time.
Come on. The
Pull
ruined
back.
saboteur awaits us. It's an automaton. It's not smart.
Getting very repeated content in the audio.
Destroy it. You can do it.
But see, you don't really have enough time if you're not lucky to convince this
Careful with
guy
the eyes.
to get him to cycle. Unlike almost any other boss fight,
You know this place, watchmaker. You built it.
like I've got like 10 more seconds to potentially
Hit harder.
like, and there's no keys. Alright,
It's an automaton. It's not smart.
there we go. So like, super frustrating. You kind of need to save up all of your health at the very beginning. And maybe the game will throw you
Watch out
some
for the steam watchmaker.
some free opportunities there.
It's clumsy. You can beat that thing.
Yeah, but if I die here, I think it resets again.
Don't get burnt. Come on. The ruined saboteur awaits us. Don't get burnt.
I don't know if you can slow down time enough to hit him in the eye
Hit harder.
when he's about to do like a attack that way.
You know this place, watchmaker. You built it.
Right.
Careful with the eyes.
So try really hard to hit him,
Destroy it. You can do it.
and then hit this.
It's an automaton. It's not smart. Watch
Alright.
out for the steam watchmaker.
And that apparently shut him down. So now we can hit him. Or get really close to him.
Clumsy. You can beat that thing.
Or maybe get that final blow on him. Wow, I just walked into him. Did I just glitch? Or is that supposed to be the cutscene? Like, now we're back into a super long loading section. Wow, you just walked into him.
This place seems different.
And see, if this was the whole game, that would be very weird. Clearly, it
Look,
couldn't be
there's
that
someone
long.
over there. It must be him.
Is that you in the past? Or someone else? It kind of looks like someone else. Different hair color, different facial.
I remember
appearance.
this temple. The old masters called it the Temple of Truth. They said that if you learned to listen quietly, the gods would whisper your own truth to you.
At least he's
But I
got
knew that was
lip
not the
flap that's
case.
matching his talking.
It's him! The ruined saboteur!
The truth is, everybody wants the truth. To know the reason of their existence, their purpose. All I did was whisper in their ears. I placed ideas in their heads, and they would spread like a virus. I sated hunger for knowledge until they gave their entire selves to me. That is how I opened my first school.
What are you waiting for, Watchmaker? Don't just stand there like a statue!
Seems like there might
Do
be
you
a
know your
statue
truth,
behind you.
Alexander?
He might be Alexander, like Alexander the Great.
Run! He's escaping!
I will see you soon, Alexander.
Interesting doorknobs that are ears. And then that was a weird flash in the visual graphics. I thought maybe there was a statue rising up over there. Alright, well, then I guess what we have to do is just hope that right now we are at 51, at 52. My hope here is I can just leave the game paused, because it doesn't feel like there's any options here. If I was to go back to the main menu, oh yeah, that could be a problem. Like, I may have just lost all the progress, and the game might crash, so you run into a lot of problems potentially there. Like, would I want to play this game through that first section again? No. Am I willing to potentially? Alright, it did autosave, so there is a continue there. But yeah, we are definitely experiencing a mixed game here. Like, I very much struggled with that first boss fight. There's a decent possibility that there's only 2, maybe only 1 boss fights left. I wouldn't be surprised if there is actually only 1 or 2 more levels left. There's just a overall lack of polish here. And see, the weird thing is, had this game been a little bit better funded and targeted to like a modern mobile phone game, you probably could have put this on something like the iPhone or Android and gotten a bit bigger of an audience and made a bit better of a product. But as it stands, as so far from what we've seen, it seems like it's mostly a platforming game with minimal collectibles and a story that seems like it will be mediocre, and some voice acting that seems like it's alright but not great. Anyways, we've gone 1 hour and 15 minutes for one level. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.